Right, hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is actually going to be a video of me talking instead of you just seeing me working out. And if you did watch my videos on the Open, I highly appreciate it. That will be one of the topics which I discuss in today's video, as well as just a few other little bits and pieces of my training coming forward for the next year. And I've got a little surprise for you, which I'm going to tell you a little bit more about when we get into it.
Serious?
So if you could do me a favor, subscribe down below, hit the like button if you do enjoy this video, and let's get talking, I guess. So if you will have saw from a different video, over the past 3 weeks I have been doing a habit tracker, and this was just to help keep me on track for the Open, just through various bits and pieces to maximize my recovery and to make sure I can push to a good potential in the 4 workouts which were put in the Open. So I'm going to quickly go through that and how it's implemented my performance. So a reminder, this was the Open plan or my habit tracker. You can see there is a lot of ticks, a lot of crosses, and some of the days when I missed some of my recovery or my calories, I was trying to figure out how it would implement my training. So you'll see first and foremost my 7 to 9 hours sleep. The actual duration wasn't consistent, but the good news is my timing of sleep consistency is getting so much better. I've started to fall into a routine now of about 1 till 9 or 10, that sleep cycle, and when I go back to work on the 12th, that will fall back to its old routine of 12 till 8. So I'm quite excited to get into that. But you'll see there's not a lot of consistency in terms of those 7 to 9 hours which we want. I'm just slightly under. The main reason is I keep waking up in the night. I'm trying to figure out why. So I've made a few little alterations in my bedroom just to make it a little bit more relaxing. So I've been testing a few things out to see if that'll help. But yeah, that's the sleep. And this is the rest of the board. So lots of cycling and walking to help the legs recover. Lots of mobility and yoga to make sure I am staying quite literally mobile and relaxed and flexible. And yeah, lots of massages throughout the past 3 weeks, using my power dots and scrapers, taking my vitamins, drinking over 4,000 calories, etc, etc. So yeah, how did that implement my training? So I needed to make sure that I was fueled up before every single session, needed to make sure I had a good night's sleep. But on the board you will have seen that on the nights of the event, apart from the last one, I was struggling to sleep because I was a bit nervous and anxious to what Dave would put in the next workout. So I'd wake up a little bit earlier and watch that video. So my sleep duration on those event evenings were a bit but yeah, everything else helped massively. The one thing which didn't help is the fact that I got injured the week before the Open. Aww. So I've got a stress fracture in my shin, and the first workout he announced had a lot of double unders in it, and I don't know if you can see from the video, but I felt quite uncomfortable when I was doing my double unders just because my shin was really taking a toll. And then he had box jumps in the next one, so 21.3 and 4 was nice to not really be calf or stuck on my tiptoes dominant. It was quite nice and relaxing. But that was one of the reasons which I was slowed down a little bit for this Open. I had to rest in between the weeks of working out, whereas normally I'd have probably done an extra 2 workouts in the week with a little bit less volume or intensity. But I just completely stopped and did lots of cycling and walking instead. So when I hit the barbell in 21.3, when I hit the heavy dumbbell in 21.2, it felt quite heavy and it gassed me out quite a lot. I remember saying to Mitch, who's in the video, on 21.3, I physically can't breathe. And I think 1, for avoiding thrusters for the past 12 months doesn't help, but 2, not being able to get a heart rate spikes up like that from resting doesn't help too. So I guess now it's time to start implementing a new routine and a new cycle. So me and my coach are going to have a little chat I'm gonna put something down which I think is advisable for myself, and he's gonna give me a few little pointers and tips on what I should focus on more. So let's start to pop that down and let's see what I can throw in. So I have changed up, I've been on a cycle, I'm back. Before anyone questions, wow. Why? That's why. So me and my coach Simon had a chat, and I was asking him, what do you think I should strategize going into 2021 and throughout the year to get me stronger and to get me a better athlete? And the first and foremost thing he said is that you need to set yourself some goals of what you want to achieve for the year to make me a better athlete. So I sat down and I thought about it, and here's what I put together for my goals. So I've kept it quite simple in terms of what I want and very specific. So I've got the exercise, so I want to get 10 muscle ups. At the moment I've only ever done 2 in a row. At the minute I am struggling to do them. An 80 kilogram snatch, of which my 1 RM at the minute is 57.5. A 100 kilogram clean, of which at the minute is 82.5. I am on that sticking point with that, but we are working on getting better at that. Now I didn't know this, but your jerk should be heavier than your clean. So I put 101 kilogram jerk, but at the minute it's 75, which in ratio of my current clean and jerk, it's wrong. So I should actually be a little bit more confident and stronger with that. Handstand push-ups, we have got 15 that I want to achieve. This is strict, not kipping, of which I can't kip anyway. And then we want to get that to, at the minute, 10. So we want to get that to 15. Double unders, you'll have seen from Open 21.1, something I'm not great at. 17 is my PB at the minute. I want to get to 50 unbroken double unders. Handstand walk, just for fun. I can do 10 meters, which is the length of the track in the gym at the minute. I want to be able to turn around and go straight back into doing another 10 meters. And this one's a bit more, I want to get it a bit more consistent. They are a bit flaky at times. And something I haven't done for ages is run a 24:04 PB 5 kilometer. I want to get that down to sub 23. But of course, being like 12 kilograms heavier than when I did get that PB might be a little bit challenging. But again, I do want to work on my cardio. So yeah, I have set the goals which I want to achieve for 2021. They are in place. Most of the strength work is like a 12-week cycle. So when we're talking about the gymnastics, so the muscle ups, the handstand push-ups, the dubs, probably get that in a nice 12-week cycle of continuous training. Whereas the lifts, I want to add on 20 kilograms. That might take a little bit longer. So that's where I need his advice to be able to put me on the right track for these Olympic lifts. Now, training plan. I put myself a little training plan together just to help keep me on track. I'm a big fan of accountability, and I'm holding myself accountable for what I do each week. So I've just done a little unspecific training plan, which I'll show you guys. So on a Monday, we're gonna go to CrossFit Gym Rudis, do whatever they say basically. So I'm getting an all-rounder from this Monday session. The aim is to go out intense and get it done to the how good I can. Tuesday, Rudis again, but with my coach. We're going to work on movement efficiency, whatever we have time for, whether it's gymnastics, whether it's Olympic lifts, and then a nice little recovery cycle or run to get that cardio in as well. So of course, Tuesdays is all about movement efficiency. Wednesday, we're going into heavy lifts. So I want to be able to get these Olympic lifts up a little bit heavier, or whatever I need to work on, and then we're going to go into a intense short WOD again. Thursday, more about gymnastics and cardio, so a big combination there. Friday, active recovery, so yoga, walk, cycle, anything just to let the body heal. Saturday, a full rest day. I'll be working quite a lot, so I won't have time to do much, so it won't even be active recovery, it'll just be complete rest. Sunday, movement efficiency once again, so this is more important than anything at the minute, but we will be doing Olympic lifts again. You notice I'm doing these 3 times a week, and cardio as well. Now the focus is to enjoy each session and aim to move better each week. Also, my weaknesses is maintaining high heart rates, weights and cardio, and dubs and certain gymnastic positions. So for me to be able to get all of this, I need to implement other things every single day. So we've got an everyday board as well. So mobility before the session, posture work, and weaknesses. So technically a bit of skill work, again at the start of the session. We will then do the main session and we'll go into the accessory work at the end. So this will be all postural work and stability, eating 4,000 calories, logging my workouts and food, and maximizing my sleep by monitoring it through Whoop. So obviously all of that is a mouthful, but I want to make sure that when I go into the Open next year, or whenever I go into any competitions this year, if that happens, that I'm at my peak and I'm at my prime. So I've got to make sure that my training is going to help me get there. And I've gone through this with Simon. He thinks it's a little bit too much, but I think personally that I can get a lot done in the time I'm there. Most of my workouts will be, you know, the accessories, the warm-ups and stuff. There won't actually be that much on the Olympic lifting days, so I'm happy with that. Let's go into it a bit more specific in terms of what I want out of each workout and what I need to work on this year. So in terms of mobility, I have kind of analysed that my ankle mobility, my left hip mobility, thoracic and shoulder mobility are some of my bigger restrictions, so they need to get tackled this year quite hard. So when we talk about postural, I have a quite tight chest, a weakness in the upper back, so it gives me that quite kyphotic posture, so I want to aim to try and rectify that. I have internal pronation on my left ankle, hence the shin splint in my shin, of course, or the stress fracture, whatever you want to call it. So I need to make sure I'm working on that this year so it doesn't happen again. I also have a slight hip shift to my left when squatting, and again it's the left again, so I need to really work on the left side of my body this year, and inactive glutes, so that's why my lower back takes a lot of pressure more than anything. So I need to work on really activating my glutes as much as I can in sessions and warm-ups. What I've figured from weaknesses, so controlling a high heart rate whilst breathing, that doesn't work, especially with thrusters and high volume snatches. That's what I figured out from this year and this Open. I need to manage that, as well as weights and cardio combined. I need to get used to the fact of heavy weights and high heart rate movements. Specific movements is muscle ups and double unders. I didn't actually get to the muscle ups in 21.3, but when I was warming up I could barely get up, if get up, so I need to make sure I am working on those. Double unders again, big target of mine, massively slowed me down in 21.1, but that's for another video. And being confident to keep squatting on the cleans and snatches. So 21.4 was obviously clean and hang clean, you could have squatted under it, but for some reason I am not as confident squatting underneath the bar in these moves. Accessory work, overhead stability, trunk activation and core stability. Again, we want to make sure my core is as strong as possible so my back doesn't take all of the toll. Doing high pulls in my big lift, so making sure I am utilizing my traps into each move. Some ring work, because I get guaranteed that if we're not in lockdown there will be ring muscle ups in next year's Open. And getting into kipping and butterfly when doing pull-ups, chest to bars, muscle ups, and making sure I can get in that hollow position. Finally, strength work. So increase my back squat and deadlift 1 rep max. I need them to be a bit heavier. That will help me with my snatch and clean goal for this year. Get a heavier jerk, just need some balls to be able to do that. And then learn kipping, handstand push-ups as well to maximize efficiency if they come up in another workout. So yeah, that's all of my workouts planned to an extent. I just need to go from being specific to spot on specific with my workout plans, get that all wrote up on an app and make sure I can stick to the agenda. Again, as I said, 12-week cycle on the gymnastics, 20 kilograms to add on my lifts. So let's see how far I can get this year, and let's see if I can gain my confidence and move better.
Okay.
So, if you did stick around till the end of this video, I said there was something exciting which I was going to talk about. The exciting news, if we could have a drum roll please. I'm actually
releasing a clothing brand very, very soon. How exciting is that? So the brand logo, I'm gonna keep a secret for a while until it's done, but I've been in contact with someone to make the logo on Fiverr. They've created it. It's something I love saying. I don't know if I've ever said it on this channel, but it's something I always say to my clients. And I'm starting off with plain black t-shirts and vests for women. And I've spoken with someone on Friday who is going to give me some samples this week, and I'm going to be able to see what the material's like, see how the fit feels, how well the logo stays on the t-shirt, and then I'm going to buy some and I'm going to give some away. So on this channel and my Instagram, which will be down below, stay tuned for giveaways, and as always you'll be able to support me when this is sorted, but this should be done in the next few weeks, so I hope it goes really well. I'm going to try and make them as perfect as I can for you, but anyway, that's the exciting news. Thank you for sticking around and watching. The next video I release is going to bang. Stay tuned.